What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're in the historic Lummus Park district. Don't confuse it with the Lummus Park in Miami Beach. This is a very historical site. Right behind me is the William Wagner house, and over there is Fort Dallas. And as the name implies, yes, soldiers were housed there. Now this home right here is from the 1800s. I'm gonna read to you what this little sign here says. This 1850 structure is the oldest standing house in Miami-Dade County. It was built by William Wagner, a German immigrant and U.S. Army veteran. By the way, this was not planned, but as soon as I arrived here, I saw two people walking around, an older person and I believe his son-in-law. Very great people. I ran into them, and turns out the older gentleman, his great-grandfather was William Wagner. What are the odds that his great-grandfather is the owner of this home from way back in the 1800s? And you just stumble upon him. He said it was the second time he's visited this place. Fascinating man, born in 1933. You know, obviously he's seen a lot of the transformation here in Miami, but it was just so cool to run into him. I'll play a clip of him talking about it. He doesn't remember much or know much because it was like a couple of decades of gap between the families, but this is my conversation with him.
So your name is Joseph William Wagner. The Joseph came in there something, but was there another William Wagner before you? Like a junior from the settler William Wagner? No. Okay.
And just to recap, we are standing outside of the William Wagner house.
Oh, yes.
Not in its original location.
Right.
Just to recap, where we discussed its original location was by Jackson Memorial Hospital,
yes,
correct?
Off the river there, yeah.
And it was relocated in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I read.
87.
80s?
87?
It was at risk of demolition, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. His daughter, who I married, they've been in here since this, basically, right? They never moved away. I just saw it last night online, but there's a picture of Rose Wagner and a baby, and the baby could be your father.
Yeah.
Could be your father.
Well,
Yeah.
I might say, I don't know.
Nice meeting you
Good luck with
guys.
your
Thank you guys
project
so
and,
much for providing information. It's pretty cool, right? This was something I did not plan. It's a video I've been wanting to do for the longest, and I just decided today to wake up and go do it. And it's just crazy how life works. Anyway, let's continue. In 1855, Wagner's former army unit was assigned from Fort Moultrie to Fort Dallas along the north shore of the Miami River, aka where we're at right now. Miami River is right there, and you can actually see some boats passing by. With help from Captain Sinclair, Wagner built a steam-powered Coontie mill on Wagner Creek. By the way, I asked them, where was the original home? Where was the original structure? This one right here, because it was moved. And he said it was over by Jackson Memorial Hospital. So if you know about that area, it's not too far from here, but that's where the original spot was. And of course it had to be relocated in the 70s or 80s because it was at risk of being demolished. Fortunately, preservationists stepped in and, you know, said, no, we shouldn't demolish this, and moved it to where it's at right now. So Wagner sold his property to Julia Tuttle, one of the early pioneers of Miami, in 1893. Then he bought it back from the probate court in 1899, and he died on the land in 1901 at the age of 76. William Wagner is regarded as a true pioneer who lived to see the incorporation of Miami in 1896. By the way, all of the windows are boarded up. I mean, it's really dark in there, so I can't really even show you guys what's in there. Let's see. I'm not sure if you guys saw anything. Development in 1920 through 1970 prompted the Wagner home's donation to the Dade Heritage Trust, which is a non-profit preservation group who undertook the Wagner home's restoration and relocation to Lummus Park, which is named after Miami's third mayor, John Lummus. So then the Miami City Commission designated this a historic site in 1984. Wow, so much history in just this little property right here. But now we're gonna move over here to Fort Dallas. This one doesn't have anything covering the windows, so if I get my camera a little closer, maybe we can see what is inside. The Fort Dallas Barracks originally served as slave quarters for William English, but later on was used by the Army during the Third Seminole War, which went on from 1855 through 1858. Similar to the Wagner home, this structure was moved in 1925 from its original location to prevent it from getting demolished. It was a tedious task hauling it up the Miami River to where it stands today. The building, made of lime rock, had to be disassembled stone by stone before being brought here by barge to then be put back together. So this is the actual structure right here. You can see in the front, Daughters of the American Revolution, Everglades chapter, and obviously the name right here, Fort Dallas. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is original or not. Everything does look really old. It is locked. Obviously, I don't know if there's access inside of this place. It would be pretty cool to walk in, but it is not really a big structure like I've showed you guys in previous videos. Anyway, following the end of the Third Seminole War from 1855 to 1858, the Fort Dallas area became central to Miami's settlement. Subsequent uses of the building have included a trading post, the county courthouse, and the Miami post office. Lots of uses from this building right here. In 1923, the building was transformed into a restaurant known as the Fort Dallas Tea Room. And in 1925, Dr. R.C. Hogue purchased the Fort Dallas area to construct a Robert Clay Hotel. In 1925, in an effort to preserve the historic structure, the Miami City Commission provided a site for its relocation in today's Lummus Park, Miami's first designated park, originally called City Park. So creative. So this is Miami's first park. I didn't even know that coming into the video. I knew there was very old structures and the oldest standing home in Miami-Dade, but I did not know this was the first park in the city, formerly called City Park. And here are the park's rules and regulations. They do open from 7 in the morning to 9 p.m. They ask that everyone is respectful to everything here and everyone around you. William Wagner home and Fort Dallas. So what do you guys think? I think it's really fascinating. I'm still kind of mind blown by the fact that I ran into someone whose great grandfather was William Wagner himself, as I was making a video on the William Wagner house. So yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.